Hey everybody, this is Young Living Diamond Sarah Harnish, and I'm fresh off the beach and right back from a little 2-day getaway with my youngest sons, and we watched the sunrise on the ocean, and it was just an amazing weekend. But we're back at it now with Fearless, which means that we're getting really close to the launch of the 105 class, which is Savvy. We should have that by the end of the week, and then that means CBD is right on the heels. So very excited about that. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Unstuck script. So Unstuck is a book that I wrote that we just released. It's a new release, hit #1 on Amazon. If you have a hard time getting people to come to class, you need that book in your hands. It's an awesome book. And in the back of that book are a series of scripts. 101 oils, 102 thieves, 103 Ningxia, and 104 CBD. And we actually have them all for free, not CBD yet, but it's coming, on the oilabilityteam.com website. So if you go to share and you go to Unstuck and you scroll down, first you'll see some samples of the book, and you'll see boot camp, and there's a shorter boot camp on there too for those of you that want a very short boot camp. There's some training on Silverbound, and then there's the Core 4 downloadable. So these are powerhouse classes. I utilize Fearless, which we're training on, as part of my follow-up system for these classes. So I teach the 4 classes, and then we bring, when the classes are over, I send them the Fearless calendar and the book, and that's how I do my follow-up training. So it's an awesome system. Oils, thieves, Ningxia, CBD. Why do we train on those? Because those are the kits that lead to wholesale memberships. So if a person has a starter kit and they're on Essential Rewards, they're 90% less likely if they've got one person under them from dropping off of your team. So you want to get them that little bit of a paycheck and get them excited, and part of the way that we do that is Fearless. And so we're training on Fearless. We're going to finish it up this week, and then we have the big old Savvy release. So we'll finish it up this week. And then I'm going to wrap up the last night on training you how to use this as a tool for your business to grow Essential Rewards. So you get people to your classes by utilizing Unstuck. You teach the core 4 classes and get them excited about the products. And then you use Fearless to get them on Essential Rewards. So it's a wonderful system. If you're following along, we're up to page 23, and we're just kind of shifting gears a little bit and talking about what happens when you open the box and you start playing with all of the oil. So we're going to shift gears so I can start giving you tools, and then discuss how to play with your Young Living Starter Kit. And this is where it really starts to get fun, and where we start to strip fear out of the equation and focus on all the cool, neat things that you get to learn. Many of you guys have asked me, are these little Fearless classes going to be collected? Yes. I suppose it's kind of an inadvertent Fearless boot camp, but we'll collect them and we'll put them all on the website for you, so you've got all of them. And I don't even know how many days we're going to go. We're just having fun with it. And that's the thing is, you don't want to beat people over the head with prolific amounts of information. You want them to be able to go with their convictions, take it one step at a time, start with the place that they feel stirred, and that's their beginning place, and that's okay. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to do it all right. They don't have to do it all now. It's just one step at a time. And so this is where we start to strip fear. Remember? Fearless is the core of the entire book, is stripping that place of fear. And so we're going to go deep inside the kit, delving into the world of aromatherapy in the simplest way that you've ever heard, because it doesn't need to be scary, right? And you don't have to do it fast. My goal is to give you passion and to give you some ideas. So this is the crack open the unopened bottles of my starter kit section of the book. Here we go. You got the kit in your hands. It's brand new, and you know what to do with thieves and maybe Panaway, and lemon smells great in your diffuser, but what on earth is Raven? Is it a bird? And how do you use it? Raven is the most amazing oil, by the way. Amazing oil. So my goal is to get you reaching for an oil every time that you would grab a product from your home, and that takes training. But don't hesitate. It's okay. I hesitated when I first got my kit too. It actually took me years to totally transform my house. So don't feel like you're not moving fast enough. You just banish those thoughts. Let me show you what the end result is. If you go to our website, oilabilityteam.com, and you click on share. So we're going to go all the way over to oilabilityteam.com. We're going to go up to the share button. Did you know that there's an entire page just for Fearless? So click on share, and then we're going to click on, I didn't want Ignite. Ignite's awesome too. We're going to go to Fearless. So Fearless tools, and resources. And this is something I haven't talked a lot about yet so far, and how to use Fearless as a business tool, handed out in purple bags, distributed in classes to each attendee, or now that we're in the age of Zoom, you just send it to them in the mail in a little tiny envelope. Handed out at vendor events for those willing to host classes. Use it in follow-up or even attend classes. Use it in follow-up meetings with new kit holders. Send it in follow-up mailings, or give it to new leaders to train them how to duplicate for essential rewards. But most importantly, you touch base, because Fearless is a tool, but you are the voice. If you use the tool, but you never touch base, it's ineffective. You can do this. So it just gives you some sample pages of Fearless and some Fearless tools. There's a sample letter to send out when you're using this for follow-up. There's a 4-page script. You can actually teach an entire Fearless class with your team this week. You just download the script, and here's the video that's used in the script, and there's the Fearless calendar that's free, and here's some starter kit graphics, just in the Build Your Oil Collection graphics, and Clean Living cheat sheets. These are all in the back of Fearless, simple swap pages. They're all free. So you can use all of these tools to build, and we're also going to add this little boot camp to the page this week, so you'll have those if you want to do some training on what to do once you unbox things with your team, all right? So there's also a video called the scavenger hunt video that we'll throw up there. And that's what my home looked like after I started swapping all of the yuck out of my cabinets. It features the Harnish Herd, my 5 kids, and we are the real deal. I don't just tell you things without living it myself. And so if you need a goal to keep in front of your mind, just revisit that video and stay focused, because we run through our house and we open up every single cabinet, and we're just showing people what a clean living lifestyle looks like. Write down your monthly oils wish list in the back of the Fearless book. And then I show that scavenger hunt video in my oils classes to train people on a toxic, chemical-free lifestyle. So you guys asked where this website is. It's oilabilityteam.com. And if you look under the share button, that's all the free stuff. So Unstock is there, Ignite is there, Game Plan Boot Camp, how to run a boot camp, Fearless tools and resources, all sorts of that stuff is all under there. But you'll find Fearless right there, okay? So how often should you use oils? Every single day, as much as you possibly can. The biggest mistake that I see as an aromatherapist is that people just aren't using oils frequently enough. I love this quote from a fellow aromatherapist of mine, Jen O'Sullivan. She said, "They should be viewed as another wellness regimen upon which we embark." You don't brush your teeth or take a shower only when you feel like it. When you want results and you want overall wellness, you do something long-term and with deliberate dedication. So let's just talk about safety for just a couple of minutes. Why do we fear oils? It's because we don't know what we're doing. We're afraid of wasting a few drops of our investment. But why do we think that? Because people have been using oils since biblical times without direction. God made them pretty much foolproof. So I love this quote too from Jen O'Sullivan. She says, "Today, there are hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, using essential oils under their own supervision and without the knowledge or understanding of how or what they're using. However, these people using oils on a regular basis have one thing in common. There have been no major issues with people becoming sick or dying from their use. The alarmist mentality in the aromatherapy industry on the whole is unnecessary, because people are using oils to raise their level of health, and they're doing it on their own. It seems as if the certified aromatherapists of the world are not too happy. And why should they be? Their would-be clients are self-diagnosing and self-treating with much success." I think that's one of the coolest quotes I've ever seen when talking about oils. That's from her French aromatherapy book. One woman asked me on Facebook the other day if my Hokey oils actually worked. And I told her Young Living is doing $2 billion in sales every single year and selling 50 to 100,000 starter kits every single month. That's from Eddie Silcock in the Direct Selling News on starter kits, a new consultant's first impression. And so that means they're either duping a lot of people or the oils work. On our team, we've got nearly 50% essential rewards, where they order what they choose every single month. So that means almost 1 in 2 people on my team are on ER. And of my personally enrolled, the number's more than 80%. So if 4 in 10 people, 5 in 10 people, and my personally enrolled 8 in 10 people on my team are reordering every single month, and our team is doing $750,000 in sales every single month, just 5 years after I got my starter kit, something that they order must actually be working, because they keep coming back, right? They keep coming back. So don't fear the oils, just get them on your body. Now let's talk about how to do that. Then I want you to practice, and then I'm going to show you how to get confident with your kit. So there's 3 ways to use oils, and those of you guys that are veterans, you'll be like, oh man, this is like so basic. But this is for people that are just getting started. They just got their kit. They don't know how to use the oils yet. I know how I felt when my kit first showed up, right? So there's 3 ways to use oils. You can use them aromatically, you can use them topically, and you can use them internally. And Fearless goes even a step further and talks a little bit about emotional uses. We're just talking about how to get them in the body. So there's some simple things that you can do in 5 minutes or less just to break the seal on those bottles of oil. So aromatic uses, number 1, open the cap. I know that seems pretty lame, right? Open the cap. It's the simplest way to experience an essential oil. But if you open the cap and you smell the bottle, is it going to smell differently when it's in the bottle than when it's on your skin? Is it going to smell differently when it's in the diffuser? Yep. Why? Because each molecule is made up of different types of constituents. There's top notes, middle notes, and base notes, just like a music staff. And we're not going to go into a lot of aroma chemistry, but let me just say this. The difference is volatility, which describes how quickly an oil can rise into the air. The top notes move the fastest. They're the first smell that you get right out of the bottle, and it's the sweetest of the 3 smells. And they almost act like a little sugar rush, hitting the brain first and then satisfying its desire for smell. It's like mother's milk for a nursing baby. That first milk, that front milk, it satisfies a sugar rush. And guess what? God made the plants the same way. Now, base notes, they're out of the bottle last, like the goodness at the bottom of a mug of hot chocolate, right? It's really, really thick and gooey. If you want the benefits of the base notes, but you don't have time to diffuse, the best way to do that is to put a drop of oil in your hand, because that oil is going to stay intact when you drop it out of the bottle, and you're going to get the top and the middle and the base notes all together as one molecule. So another way to use it aromatically is hand cupping. This is method 2, and this method is just as easy. Once that cap of the bottle is open, place a drop in your hand and don't touch the orifice reducer. That's that silicone piece that's at the top of the bottle that allows the oil to drip out of the bottle. When you touch it, you're going to leave your epithelial cells, those are your dead skin cells, on the reducer. And over time, it can make your oil a little less potent. So what I want you to do is to place 2 or 3 drops of the oil in the palm of your non-dominant hand. You're going to flatten your hand, and then you're going to take your other hand and you're going to rotate that oil clockwise. By doing that, you're getting the molecules spinning. You know how the shape of your DNA is in a double helix, right? Sort of like a ladder. Well, when you spin the oils in that direction as they enter the body, they shoot right up your DNA, and it allows the oils to enter your system faster because they're following the pattern of your body's cellular makeup. That was some information right out of Dr. David Stewart's chemistry book on essential oils, The Chemistry of Essential Oils. That is a rough read, but man, does it have some really, really good things in it. So if you're up for a challenging book, it's a wonderful, wonderful book, and it should be in everybody's library. So pro tip. You can rub the oils on your skin, but don't wash your hands after you do that. It's like opening your bottle and then dumping the oil down the sink. That's a waste. The oil will be absorbed into your skin almost immediately without a greasy residue. My favorite place to rub my leftovers are on the insides of my ears, because that's an emotional point for the body. There's lots of nerve endings there that lead to the brain. The bottoms of my feet, where my pores are large, or the back of my neck to hit my spine. Just about everything goes through the spine, so you're hitting a lot of points in the body by placing it at the nape of the neck. Number 3, for aromatic uses, another way to use it, diffuser jewelry. This is a beautiful and effective way to enjoy your oils. You just buy a piece of jewelry that has a porous element to it. It doesn't need to be something super special just for oils, right? But it's got to have pores in it. So you drip the oils in it, and then you smell it throughout the day. Untreated wood is really good. Leather, cork, felt, lava stones. Lava stones can hold an essential oil for 4 to 8 hours. One of my favorite diffuser necklaces is on Lucy Libido's website. That's at lucylibido.com. Number 4 is spritzers. So by adding oils to water, it puts them in a form that allows you to spray the oils where you want them. So you can use a spritzer to freshen a room. You can use it to unstink your teenager's shoes. Seriously, legit, it works. Or your dog, or your dog crate. You can use it to freshen sheets just before your guests come and spend the night. I have my a little guest room, and they're always like, oh my gosh, it smells so good in here. What is that smell? And I'm like, I might have sprayed your room down right before you got here, right? If you're using a 2-ounce sprayer, I'll put about 10 drops of oil in the bottom of it, and then a pinch of salt to help disperse the oils. And then I fill it all the way to the top. With witch hazel with no alcohol, or you could put water in there. That's good too. If you're using a 4-ounce sprayer, I do about 15 to 20 drops. But honestly, those are just loose guidelines. So if your nose likes more or your nose likes less, then just adjust accordingly. I use amber glass bottles because oils and toxic chemicals do not mix. And plastic is a toxic chemical. So the oils are going to go after it. What I found is it takes a good 12 weeks for an oil to start discoloring a plastic bottle, but over time it's going to eventually break down. So I use colored bottles because the oils will break down in sunlight. If your bottle is amber colored or blue or green or anything that's not clear, it's going to preserve the oils. My favorite place to order supplies is Amazon. If you just need a couple of bottles, I know that's like, oh, yay, that diamond uses Amazon. Like, no, I do. I order stuff from there like pretty much almost every day. I've got a little addiction. But if you want to teach a DIY class and you need some more supplies, or you need like a bulk supplies, Glass Bottle Outlet is really cheap. Bulk Apothecary is really cheap. One of my favorite books for DIYs is Jen O'Sullivan's Essential Oils Make and Takes. And I also love the book Oil Plus Glass, the must-have essential oil DIY recipe book by Yael Marmer and Joanna Katz. It's a wonderful book. Both of them have hundreds of recipes if you just want to have some fun and make your own oil-infused personal care products. So now for the non-DIYer, the one that wants to be a DIYer but legit does not have the time, let me give you 2 really simple solutions. So like you really would like to do it, but you just can't, all right? Enter in the DIY kit, courtesy of Young Living. They now sell a kit where you can make an aromatic spritzer, a luxurious lotion, and a lip balm all in one little neat DIY box. It's item number 21861. And all the supplies come in the kit. Kayla's asking for the link, please. I'll go back when the video's over and I'll put all the links in there for you, all right? It's just me though, and I'm holding my phone, so it's really hard to type into. So that DIY box, all the supplies come in the kit. So the bases, the containers, the labels. Guys, you want your team ordering off the VO, right? So if you got a brand new oiler, go recommend the DIY kit versus Amazon, because that's OGV growth for you, right? And that's a good thing. So all you need then, because it's already got the bases and the containers and the labels in it, all you need are the oils that are in your starter kit for a crazy fun experience. There's no need to order supplies or labels or containers. All of it's in that one little bundle. So you just, you play without stress. There's another option that Young Living has for you, and we don't talk about this very much, but I love this for DIYs. It's the Thieves Cleaning Bucket. That's item number 20421. I love this. It's one of my favorite items in all of Young Living because it comes with a little pouch filled with nearly half a dozen oils for you to try when you're cleaning, including a steel cleaning bucket. Hello, that's cool. A microfiber cleaning cloth, and one of the largest glass spray bottles I've ever seen with a Thieves label on the side. The benefit to having the bucket is that you can tinker with smells that you like during cleaning. So pine oils included, as well as Thieves, Purification, Lemon, and Citrus Fresh. I love to use pine and lemon on my floors and Citrus Fresh on my kitchen and bathroom counters. And I use Thieves everywhere. And then, the most common way to use things aromatically is, number 5, the diffuser. So this one you can do right now because one of these came right in your starter kit. You might have the Dewdrop diffuser or the Desert Mist diffuser with a flickering candle setting. Boo, yeah. Or you may have been the lucky duck that ordered the Rainstone diffuser. That's my personal favorite with your kit. Why do you want a diffuser going in your home all the time? Well, let's break down what a diffuser does. First, this is going to blow your mind, all right? First, it creates a spa-like atmosphere in your home or your office. The dewdrop generates ultrasonic frequency waves at 1.7 million times per second. That's releasing a steady stream of essential oil molecules into the air to fill any room with a relaxing, inspiring aroma. A diffuser is one of the simplest ways to surround yourself with the aroma of essential oils because it's hands off, and it's automatic. Plus, it's a mini humidifier. Humidified air keeps your skin moisturized and it keeps your body feeling really fresh. Second, a diffuser replaces toxins in your home. You can now eliminate odors without using synthetic air fresheners. Google the danger of plugins. Oh my word. Oh my gosh. Vic says it's so true, Sarah. We ordered the Thieves cleaning kit. It's a wonderful investment. Nobody ever talks about the little recipe book in the cleaning kit. And I love that thing. Like I played with all those recipes. It's fun. So you can replace candles with a diffuser. This is crazy. Dr. Andrew Sled, who's a pediatrician who specializes in environmental toxicology, said, quote, "It takes only 1 hour of burning a candle to produce the same effects as smoking a single cigarette." Yeah. So research by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency shows candles release the dirtiest soot, sometimes containing particles of zinc, tin, and lead. I'm sorry, candle users, I really am. Compared to a cigarette, a candle is more dangerous because it doesn't have a filter on it, which removes hundreds of millions of microparticles, says Dr. Sled. Sled says the soot particles penetrate the deepest parts of the lung and could cause respiratory illness. One of the first swaps that I made was to ditch all the candles in every single room and then go replace them with the diffuser and with Young Living oils. And that was tough for me because I was a candleholic, but toxins are toxins and I wanted them out of my life. You might think that you're making a better choice by using organic candles, but many of them are just as dangerous because you may have switched to soy candles. I would caution you to get away as far away from soy as you possibly can. All soy products, including soy that's in candles. Soy is an anti-nutrient. It is the top hormone disruptor in the United States, and yet it's in everything. Soy lecithin, hydrolyzed soy protein, etc. Hormone disruptors means that you have a hard time losing weight, among other issues. Soy is even in chocolate. A wonderful resource on soy, we talked about this earlier, is Dr. Kayla Daniels' book, The Whole Soy Story. So if you've got to have candles in your home, the only candles I trust are made of 100% pure beeswax. Another great option is the Desert Mist Diffuser, which has a candle setting that flickers, and that's really cool. So you get the benefits of the oil filling your nose, but you don't have the toxicity of the candle burning in your house. Finally, diffusers are another tool to safeguard your family's health. So instead of using chemicals from a plug-in freshener, air freshener, or candle, you're replacing them with pure essential oil. You're just swapping toxins for plants, and not just any plants. If you're using lemon oil, for example, that oil alone has constituents that are scientifically shown to support the body's immune system. Thieves has similar properties. Every oil in the kit has benefits to different systems of the human body. So this is about making small, better choices. There are tens of thousands of diffuser recipes out there, but let me give you just a few that I really love to get you started. So if you just have the starter kit, here's some blends that are just out of the oils in the starter kit. Focus and Inspire is 3 drops of frankincense and 6 drops of lemon. Relax and Wind Down is 3 drops of Stress Away and 2 drops of lavender. Wake Up with a Smile is 2 drops of lemon and 1 drop of peppermint. That's a really good blend if you can't get your teenagers out of bed. I'm speaking from personal experience. My favorite blends in the diffuser, 3 drops of Northern Lights Black Spruce and 2 drops of Genius. So this is outside the starter kit. Valor, Energy, Highest Potential and Release, any of those in the diffuser. Stress Away, you can even mix them. 2 drops of Grounding, 3 drops of Valor, and 1 drop of Highest Potential. That's a good mix. My favorite single oils in the diffuser, cypress, frankincense, lemon. I could diffuse lemon all day long. Bergamot is this yummy citrus. I love that one. And Idaho blue spruce. I really like that. I've been putting Valor in the diffuser almost every day right now. So what do you put in the diffuser and how often should you diffuse? Well, you can run just about any combo of oils in your diffuser, but generally not more than 6 to 8 drops of oil, unless you got in a huge part of your house that's like wide open. Creating your own diffuser blend is simple. It's easy, and it's up to personal preference. Maybe you like stuff a little citrusy, or maybe you've had a rough day and you want more base notes, and so you drop a little more frankincense or cedarwood in there. This is because each body is different. It's made up of a different biochemistry, and each body is going to want a totally different ratio. Your own body might less or more based on the day. Oils you loved yesterday could be totally repulsive today, and then you might crave them and return to them later. So it all depends what your body was exposed to, what it's fighting, and what it wants. Your body's oil's mood changes like a teenage girl. Seriously. So always revisit old smells. I like to mix my single oils, but generally leave the blends alone because they already have so many oils in them. Dr. David Stewart once said, if you don't like an oil, carry it in your pocket for 3 or 4 days until your frequency starts to match, and then smell it again and see if you like it. By the way, Dr. David Stewart's book, Healing Oils of the Bible, is still my favorite aromatherapy book of all time. If you have not read that book, please go get that as a summer read, because it's just amazing. Can you diffuse vetiver? I don't see any instructions on the label for it. I diffuse all of them. Yeah, I do that. So can I? I don't know if I'm following rules or not, but I do drop it in the diffuser. So how often do you diffuse? All day long? If it gets to a point where it bothers you, then your body's on overload. So just shut the diffuser off, take a 3-minute walk outside, open up a couple of windows. You're not going to get hurt by your diffuser. It just means your olfactory system is on overload. Even too much water can be a bad thing. So your body's going to take what it wants, and it's going to toss the rest. The only negative effect might be a slight headache. What oil do you pick? Follow your nose, guys. When we finish this training tonight, I want you to go grab an oil and go put it in the diffuser right next to your bed. Just go follow your nose. Your body will know what it needs. Go grab five oils off your shelf, open them and smell them, and one of them you're going to be like, just like that, right? Your body can guide you if you take just a few moments every day to open your bottles and smell the oils. One day you might crave lemon oil, and the next day it might be frankincense. And after a long day away from home, it might be stress away. I make it a point to take 3 minutes and try a new oil in my diffuser at least once a week. Guys, we have 300 oils. So unless you put one of them in your diffuser every single day for almost a year, you haven't tried all of the oils in your diffuser yet. You should go try it. And I've come with a lot of new favorites. If you multiply 300 times 300 oils, you can make a whole bunch of blends, right? The biggest tip I can give you on your diffuser is to play with it. And the second biggest tip I can give you is make sure you write it down, because you're going to forget the recipe. Your favorites might not be somebody else's favorites, but every time you turn it on, you're doing your body a favor. If you can't remember to have the diffuser on all day, or if you're in a work environment where you can't run one, then put it in strategic spots throughout the house. I've got one in my bathroom so I can pop it on when I'm getting ready in the morning. I've got one on my nightstand for when I'm reading in the evenings. I've got one in my living room. Actually, I have several of them in my living room. See, I've got a cup of Ningxia right there, and there's my diffuser that's right next to me. I've got them in my living room where my family gathers to watch movies together or to play board games at night. I've got one on my kitchen counter ready to go with water in it for when I get home and I'm making dinner. I place one in each of the kids' rooms so that there's peppermint inside to tinkle their noses when it's time to get up for school. I've even got an orb diffuser in my car to deal with the soccer smell from my kids' uniforms after practice, and an orb diffuser by my swing to enhance my time outdoors. So place the diffusers where you'll use them, even if they're not on every single minute of the day. Remember, the goal is to use your starter kit, and that includes your diffuser. So one of the cool things about Fearless is that there's 10 challenges in the book. So it's not just a read the book, okay, that was a wonderful book. There's actually action steps inside the book. And this is why it can be part of your follow-up system, because I want your team to do the 10 challenges that are in the back of the book. Do you know there are people on your team right now that have not used everything in their starter kit? Right now, there's people that have an oil sitting in the box that they haven't even opened up yet. And so I want them to take all the challenges. So we broke it up into a calendar. There's challenge 1, challenge 2, challenge 3, challenge 4, place for writing down the recipes that we just talked about, what they're going to add to their ER order, what blends they've come up with this month by playing with things. Go print this calendar off. Tell your team to print this calendar off tonight and start playing with their starter kit. Playing with it. There's stuff I haven't even done with my starter kit, and John and I are like on the edge of Crown Diamond right now, and I don't even think I've made all the blends that I could possibly make, right? So challenge number 1, I'm going to give them to you, and I want you guys to accept the challenges. And every time we do a challenge, I'm going to put a contest up on my page. So if you're watching it live, then you'll be able to participate in the contest. And if not, why don't you share this video to your team page and run the challenges with your own team? Because you're just going to increase OGV, increase Essential Rewards, and get people fired up about their kits all over again. So challenge number 1 out of 10 is I want you to make it a point to try all 12 oils from your starter kit in your diffuser over the next 12 days. So go grab oil number 1 tonight and put it in the diffuser next to your bed and try it. And then after that, start mixing and matching them to find your favorite combos, and remember to write your recipes down. After 12 days, go another 18 days. I want you to get the diffuser going for 30 days and repeat some of your favorite smells or create your own blends or the smells that you're most drawn to. It's said that if you do anything for 30 days, it becomes a habit. So let's make it a habit of getting a diffuser going in your home every single day. Ellen, you are beast. Good job. That's awesome. Renee says, challenge accepted. So seriously, do it. Like, what's going to happen to your team if your team has a diffuser going for 30 days, every single person on your team page? You're going to increase OGV. People are going to get excited again. They're going to learn some new things. Yeah, I know about the orb. So have them go print the challenge calendar off. You know it's free, right? So you can get it on the Fearless page, or you can go to the Unstuck page. If you go to Share and Unstuck, if you click on that, you just got to scroll down and you'll see the Core 4 downloadables. And there's 101 oils, 102 thieves, 103 Ningxia, 104 CBD. We made a calendar for thieves. We made a calendar for Ningxia. We are just about to release all the CBD stuff. That's going to be super exciting. If you click on oils and you go down, you'll see the PowerPoint for the oils class, blank slides, a demo of the oils class, the PowerPoint script, free, textbook class, free. Oh, there it is. Fearless calendar download. So this takes them on a dry run through their starter kit. So what I want you guys to do, pick some people that are not on Essential Rewards on your team. Go give them the calendar. Go up here, right click, copy it, and text the calendar to them and issue a challenge to them to print that calendar out and fill it out and screenshot it back to you, and then have some prizes for your non-ER people. You know, maybe it's a free roll-on, maybe it's just a glass bottle to put some of their thieves cleaner in, whatever it is. You know, have a challenge going on for your non-ER people to run through their kit. I bet you're going to see a little growth from that this month. So that's a really wonderful tool that's totally free on my website that will help you with your Essential Rewards totals, okay? So tomorrow night, we're going to talk about topical uses. We're up to page 33. And then we're going to talk about aromatic and a little bit of emotional uses. I am going to end this right now, and I'm going to go put my little thing there. I'm going to end this right now. I'm going to go pick a winner for all of our live watchers, and I'm going to launch the next contest based on challenge number 1. So I love you guys. Thank you for following me through all the Fearless stuff. And we're getting to the end of it. We only have a couple of days left, and then we're going to launch all of the Savvy stuff, and that whole button's going to go live, and then CBD. So we got some really good things coming down the pipeline. I'm super excited. Love doing this journey with you guys. Absolutely love it. And hopefully you learned a couple of new things about aromatic uses, and you're going to break that diffuser out, put it in some places you weren't putting it before, and get something in there and using it next to your bedstand tonight, all right? I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel. If you're not watching it live, just click on the video right below this one.